Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Growing Together in Love podcast. My name is Charlene Roberts.
And I am Akil Roberts.
And here we'll be talking about God's faithfulness and wisdom in marriage, relationship, parenting, and more. We're glad you're able to join us on our journey through real life struggles and wins as we continue to grow together in love. God's love, that is. So sit back, relax, let someone know the Roberts are on, and enjoy the episode.
And here we go. Episode number 5.
Yep. We're back.
How was your day, my love?
It was tiresome. Not that I did anything, but my body is just going into this very tiring, probably reserving energy mode. That's what I feel like. And I probably need to be doing the opposite of, like, trying to gain more energy, I guess. Doing more to gain more energy. No?
But wouldn't rest help you have more energy for
Well,
the
you
birth?
have to build endurance. Okay? So you have to try to
Be active.
so that
Stay
you
active.
build endurance for the long haul. Because labor is just that. It's a long haul. Our labors have been pretty good, though. It seems like the more children we have, the quicker the labor is, usually. So I'm hoping that this one goes pretty quick.
What's the quickest one you remember? That you felt that was the quickest?
Our last one was Aaron.
Aaron?
Because,
At the birthing center?
because I didn't really know I was in labor, in active labor. Like, just to give y'all some... Hey, let's just talk about some birthing stories. How about that?
That's fine.
So with Aaron, you were at work, and I called you, and I knew I wasn't fully ready. But when we got home, I don't know, in my mind, I guess I thought that because I've done this so many times before that I would be kind of like, yeah, I got this. Like, Aaron threw me for a loop. And you remember we were walking around the house?
And I was like, we need to go now.
We need to go. I was in active labor, but my mind, I was so delusional. I don't know if I was just in a stage of just like straight delusion, because the pain and the contractions were coming, but in my mind, I'm like, they're not coming consistently, but I'm feeling the pain, and we're walking around the house, around, and I'll stop and feel the pain, and then go back, and I'm like, but this is not adding up. The count's not adding up. Like, the time isn't adding up.
Right.
And we get to the birthing center. Thank God our midwives were there. And she checked me. She was like, you are fully dilated. Like, within... Well, how long it took us to get to the birthing center?
We probably less than 5 minutes away.
Less than 5 minutes away. And he was out within...
You skipping over a lot.
Okay.
Because when we were doing that walk, something struck in my mind, like, if we don't go now, I don't know.
Well, you were in your right mind. I was just delusional. So tell your side.
You think that's part of the birth aspect?
I think if...
Aspects of the mind is like, look, I'm conserving for...
I guess. I don't
Because,
know.
like, no, but for real, like, it was something that was like, wait a second. And this is number 5. Aaron, this is number 5 for us. So, side note, if a man helps women birth, does that make him a mid-husband? Just throwing that out there. I don't know. But it doesn't sound right. But
That's a good question.
no, like, I was like, yo, like,
So technically you would be a mid-husband.
to you and you alone. But I was like, yo, like, we need to go right now. It was, I'm trying to remember. I think it was, I got flashbacks of AC, which we'll get to talking about tonight. I got flashbacks of AC, and I got flashbacks of, like, who else? Not that many, but definitely flashbacks of AC. And I think flashbacks of Zaria. That's what it was. Because before Aaron, it was Zaria. And it's like, we're going to call when we feel like this is the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we called when we felt like this was the time, there was traffic that kept the midwife from getting to us.
We'll get to that one too.
Right, we will. But there was traffic that kept her from getting there. So it was like, no, if this smell like birth. This smells like birth. Now there wasn't a smell on you, but the timing and just the season of being close to the day of birth and all of that, just like, yo, I'd rather us go now, because even when we get to it with AJ, we thought, oh no, this is it. And then he's like, no, just go back home.
Yeah.
So yeah, you continue. We get to the birthing center and
he came, I mean, felt like 15 minutes after we got there. Because I was fully dilated.
the first water.
The first water birth, yeah. We attempted water births before and it didn't work out, but he's the first water birth at a birthing center.
Mm-hmm. First birthing center birth.
Yeah. And he came pretty quick. So that was cool. So I'm hoping that baby number 6 will come pretty quick. That we won't have to do as much laboring. And thank God that we're at home, so it won't feel like labor, like as opposed if you were going to the hospital where they have you strapped down to the bed.
We'll get to that.
But when you're home, it's more like relaxed. You can chill, go to sleep, eat, wake up, walk, do whatever you want. And labor doesn't feel like as long and intense for me. Can't speak for no one else, but for me. So, we got number 5 down.
Yeah, we got number 5.
Okay, number 5.
Let's go.
And now we gotta go
to
back
number 4. Yeah, we might as well. This is
no, let's actually just go back to 1. What got us to the place of birthing home, because I get that a lot, right? So, a lot of people ask me, like, you gave birth at home? And I'm like, yeah, because me by now is normal.
3 times, yeah.
Right. And then also some of my girlfriends or whatever, and people I know, they've given birth at home. So it's normal. My sphere of friends are just like normally home births or birthing centers. I know some friend girls that have done in the hospital and stuff like that, but my mind is just normal to home births or birthing centers or midwives and stuff like that at this point. But what got us to this point was our first pregnancy, first birth. And we were actually going to a doctor that had a midwife. You remember her? You don't remember? Our first doctor was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Our OB. And she had a midwife who predominantly saw us, but she was working still in the office. And so we would go to appointments and the midwife would see us more. But she wouldn't be there for labor, of course. She was just there doing her position at the office.
Mm-hmm.
And we went into labor and our doctor was out of town.
Had decided to be on vacation.
Had the nerve. I didn't decided for us, because this is our first baby.
Mm-hmm.
Had the nerve to be out of town.
On vacation.
On vacation.
Had to be scheduled. It's a vacation. It's not an emergency.
Could you have told us this?
A vacation. That, hey, I noticed that your son, your first child, is going to be born on the same week that I have scheduled for vacation. So what I'm going to do is set something up so that you can be with the midwife or whatever.
Somebody
We heard nothing.
Nothing.
She said nothing. We won't say her name.
It's
Love
good,
covers.
because I don't remember her name.
And it's easy to slander or backbite, so we're not going to say her name. But that was an experience for you and for me, because this is our first child
It was.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we got to the hospital. Actually, did they send us home before that same night? I don't remember. I thought.
no, it wasn't the same night. I think it was the night before.
Okay.
It was either the night before or 2 days before. Like it was a lot of contractions back to back happening, inconsistent, but back to back enough that it spooked us to think like this might be labor.
Yeah.
So let's go now. When we went, they were like, "You're not even like you maybe what? What small amounts dilating like."
Probably none. I probably was not even dilated at the time. I don't know. Um, but the night that we did go to the hospital, I remember going there, and I
You remember
wasn't
the plug?
um
You remember the plug coming up?
no.
You don't remember that?
No. I don't. Um but I remember getting to the hospital, and I was probably like 2 to 3 centimeters. Like that, really low. To the point where they could have sent me back home, but they decided to keep us and give us medication and stuff to kind of induce it or speed up the process of laboring. And then we discover or find out that our doctor won't be there, and that there's another doctor there.
Some guy
We've never met.
that we don't know.
Right.
So now I'm like, this is my first child, my first son being born.
Right.
Some dude is looking at my wife. That's the way men
He
think.
said the thought.
That's the way men think. It's like, dude, who are you, bro?
He's a doctor.
I don't care, bro.
That's funny.
It's my wife and my child coming out. Like, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I didn't think you thought like that, but
Of course.
yeah, and I think what made me have a bad experience was the fact that I already, like, we had a plan. We had went to Lamaze classes. Like, we were new parents. We were excited. We went to Lamaze classes.
Did the breathing.
Right.
Hold the ice in your hand.
Had a whole birth plan. We're like, this is how it's going to go, and this is how it's going to go. And it did not go that way at all. And the fact that they gave me the Pitocin, and then I was like, give me the juice, aka epidural, and because it wasn't so much pain.
Everything went off plan. Because they induced.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one.
couldn't walk around. It was miserable.
It was like jail. You induced.
It was miserable.
And I don't think you've not been induced since.
No.
No type of chemical to force something to happen. Like,
no.
And so yeah, it was hard seeing you like that.
Yeah, it was a hard.
It was angering seeing you like that. Like, even though I said, okay, this dude, okay. So there's an aspect of I don't want to do seeing you like that, but I didn't like seeing the pain happening to you, kind of being signed off on this guy that we don't know,
right?
And all these things are not going to plan,
right?
How we envisioned, how we hoped, how we kind of dreamed. Everything's off script.
Yeah, because no one asked for our input either
at all.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Nope.
They didn't care. Now I've heard worse stories, so I'm grateful it's not worse. That's what I was grateful for. So I had to keep my mind on those things. Like, just as long as he's safe, as long as you're safe, as long as he's healthy and they don't mess up something and mess him up, and as long as you're healthy and they don't mess up something and mess you up. That's what I kept my mind and my prayers on during that time. So that's why I wasn't thinking every time he walked in the room, here come this dude again. That wasn't my heart. It was like, Lord, guide his hands. I don't know him. From Adam.
Yeah. Guide
this whole situation, because none of this is what we expected.
No. Not at all. That's why so my thing is I advocate home births, but I definitely advocate it if you are healthy, if you're pregnant, if you have no complications, you and the baby is healthy, and like you want to birth the way that you desire to birth. I definitely would recommend and suggest doing a home birth or a birthing center, dealing with a midwife. I'm not against hospitals at all. They have their purposes and reason. I also know that there are some women who have to go to a hospital. That's the best place for you and your baby to be. And so I've never kind of like shame a mother or anyone that feels like, well, I can't do that, or that's not for me. That's not for you. That's fine. I feel like the best way baby and mom is good and healthy, that's the best way it should be, right? Whether it's in hospital, whether it's home, however it should be. So,
And that's physically,
yep.
Spiritually, but we know that's not maybe always attended to, but also emotionally, right? The healthiest way, mentally, the healthiest way, right? So,
yeah. So never ever will I shame a mom or look down on a mom for not doing anything that's not best for her and her baby. But I definitely encourage women to try to do it if they could. Everything lines up naturally, because from that experience to going into our second pregnancy, my mind was like, we're not doing this again. And I had watched a few documentaries on home births, and so I remember telling you, like, babe, yeah, I wanted a home birth. And I don't think you believed me the first time, but I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to have that same experience. And like you said, a lot of people have experienced a lot of worse, but I didn't want to go through that because I felt like my freedom was taken away from me. I felt like when he came out, he was so drugged that he was I was out of it because I was drugged up. And my son wasn't responding. Our first son was like, not that he wasn't breathing or anything, but like he just seemed drugged up, right? It wasn't even like he came out fully crying or whatever. He just seemed like he was just tired, and I was tired. I didn't really want to hold him, and it wasn't the best experience. Like, I didn't have that experience that I experienced with the other kids with him, which is unfortunate. But we found a midwife for our second child.
Before we do that, the last part that really, because it's past the time of, is she healthy, is he healthy, because we both were healthy, was when they were making it seem like they wouldn't let us go home with our child. And it wasn't like nothing bad had happened. It wasn't like there was complications. It was just like, you got to get permission to leave. I'm like, what? Wait a second. What? With my wife and our son? I was like, Lord, give me strength to hold my tongue, because I don't want to give them a reason to make something silly to like try to keep us longer. Yeah. So I was like, that was the most upsetting for me, because like, you are not God, and you are not ruler and king over people's lives to tell them that they can't take their child home. No matter what you feel or what you think, like, the parents are going to be responsible for that child for the rest of the child's life. Yeah. Till that child becomes an adult. And like, that was the most upsetting. I'll be honest, that was the most upsetting. After everything that happened, that wasn't expected. When it's like, no, this hasn't happened a certain way, or we have to keep the baby here. I'm like, excuse you? Yeah. You my God now? Huh? We ain't been here for 48 hours. Yeah. And you are dictating who gets to with our child? After 9 months of trying to be there for my wife and everything we done seen, it's our first child. Trying to what? Man. You see how I got the high pitch on?
I see. You going back.
Oh my goodness.
Coming back up after 10 years? Flaring back up.
But this is the reason. Also, the reason why I say that is because when you came to me saying like you definitely want to do, you'd rather do a home birth or whatever, a natural birth, like a non-hospital birth. No, I was not. My response in my heart, in my head, it was not like, oh my goodness, just what's going on here. It was like, if we don't have to ever deal with some stupidity like that again, I think that's the dumbest part of the whole situation. And I don't think there's any amount of explaining to me from any medical professional, from any legal professional about, especially husband and wife. It's not like we're not in it's not like we're in a position where it's like, what if he's not really there for her, or what if she's really on her own, or what if whatever. Working, doing all this stuff, like we're married, like we love each other. And so like, no, my mind was, when you said natural, I was like, thank you, Lord. Because I never want to experience someone telling me what we cannot do to love our child,
Right.
to be there for our child. When there's so many people who, I'm gonna say, so many men who don't take loving and nourishing their child seriously.
Mhm.
Like, I'm signed up already. I'm already there. And this is what I hear. Like, it was really upsetting. So, baby number 2.
Baby number 2, we found a midwife, and we decided to do a home birth, and that was interesting journey. And first time dealing with a midwife, first time really feeling like we have ownership of our birth process, right? Like we can do birthing the way we want to do it. And she really emphasized it. Like, I'm just here to support. I'm just here, as a medical professional, like whatever you guys desire, this is what we're going to do. And so that really made me feel very comfortable to continue down the process of giving birth at home. And we did. And what happened?
Well, the timing thing again. I'm trying to understand when he's coming.
Yep.
And so, learning something with every birth, little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, never want to go back to the hospital again. Number 2, the water slows down. It seems like it's like a time vortex. Like,
for me, yeah.
I don't. You're the only one I've experienced it with. So all I can say is like the water, pregnancy and water is a time vortex. It will change the time and not make things off time. It's just like, it seemed like in that water, everything was slow.
Slower.
As soon as you came out,
Everything's better.
that
right?
thing was like,
Right.
and so he was birthed in the bathroom, caught before hitting the ground.
Yeah.
While you were on your knees.
Yeah.
So that was an experience for the first time.
That was.
With a natural birth. But when the end of it wasn't like, okay, so now we have to keep your child in the bathroom for 48 hours to monitor him. Or
it really got to you.
Or your child is like, okay, now we're going to take the child out the house for 48 hours to monitor him to make sure you can keep him. Like, when that was the outcome, I was like, it could be the bathroom, it could be wherever. He's home.
He's home. He's healthy.
He's healthy. He's safe.
Safe. I think, okay, so going back to the mental state of where I was birthing at home, I think I was so much in such a better place. And I can say personally that the birthing process at home was so much more easier. Like my body naturally was able to release all the chemicals it had to, instead of these artificial stuff that they pump into your hospital, where my body was able to relax itself and naturally go through the process of, gradually getting up to the place of giving birth and not having to like it go from 0 to, 10, and your body's in shock because they've given you so much medication. Mm-hmm. But of course, birthing is painful. But the experience was so much easier because, like I say, it was gradual increases of pain. And my mental state was in a different place because I knew I was in a place of comfort. We were at home. I wasn't being lurked over. My midwife would come in at times and see, how are you doing and how are you feeling? Check the baby. And then she naturally just let us go through our process. And I remember sitting in the tub in the bathroom, praising God with every contraction, talking to God and just slowly breathing, slowly, just naturally letting things take its natural course. Okay. And it was so much more easier. Even my recovery from all the births that I've had, either at home or the birthing center, have been easier recoveries. So much easier than the first one. So, yeah. So we got in that water. It slowed down everything. Got out the water, and baby was like, "I'm ready."
Picked up like it never slowed down. Like,
yeah. I'm ready. So needless to say, water births for me calms my body a lot. And I think that's the third time we tried to do that, right?
Water?
Because I think we did it for
No, remember,
Amir.
number two was just an attempt at, I don't know if he was trying to do a water
Yeah,
birth.
we were trying to.
It was contractions and, just
in the water
pain
births,
and,
yeah.
sitting in the water, do some of them. But yeah, going on to number three, we had a pool and we attempted the water birth with him. And I didn't make the call. I don't know who made the call, because the midwife was there.
Yeah.
But when I say the call, I mean for it to say, like, get out the water instead.
I made the call because I knew it was slowing down my contractions. I was like, no, I'll be here all day. So I got my mind mentally ready to say, okay, because I knew from the second one that once I get out this water,
It's probably going to go.
it's time for him. Yeah, probably going to come. So I kind of stayed in there until I was mentally ready. And then
Went to the bed.
Yep.
And he was born on the bed.
He was born on the bed.
On the side where we didn't put pads down. It was like, why? I was like, okay, yeah, well, that which would make number three the first bed birth, right?
Yeah.
First birth in bed, not the last, but the first birth in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, live and learn. Pad the whole entire bed.
You have to.
Better safe than sorry, because you never know. You don't get to make those calls as far as.
Because anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened in the process because I was giving birth, and you probably know on the outside, but I just remember me being on all fours with him on the bed, and then I hear her, it's like, flip her over. And so they flipped me over, and he came. I don't know. Was the umbilical cord around him or anything, or no? I don't know.
I think it was around his neck, but it was loose. It wasn't like tight around his neck. It wasn't like tight. It was around it. So when he was born, it's just, okay, move it out the way.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't tight.
Thank God.
But he's also the one that you got the most spiritual attack during the pregnancy.
Yes.
So.
I went through a lot of warfare with him. During those 9 months, I emotionally was just like, I felt like I was in a spiritual fight every day, mentally. My thought process, the dreams. Normally I hear other people talk about how they have all these weird dreams during pregnancies. For some reason, it's a lot of dreams about death or dreams about just crazy outlandish things that happens during pregnancy. But for him, it was like on another level of just like spiritual warfare, to the point where I remember posting a bunch of scriptures everywhere, like on the closet door. I posted in the bathroom. I had to keep my mind like in a place of the word, because my mind was just naturally just negative. Like I just kept feeling negative. And I wasn't in depression, but I remember just feeling low, and just feeling like the enemy was just throwing darts all the time at my mind. So I really just kept a lot of the scriptures around me posted, and every morning I would get up and read the scripture, get up and read what God said about me, get up and read what God desires, and just having it around the house constantly with him. So I did. I went through a lot of warfare with him. So, baby number 3, baby boy. And then we get to baby number 4.
Nicknamed Baby Roberts.
Baby Roberts. Because I didn't want to know the sex. I didn't want to know what our baby was. And that was the first time, because okay, so back up. Baby number 1, and I'm going to be so transparent and honest, was a boy. Baby number 2, a boy. And so by baby number 3, I'm like, okay, we might get this girl. And took the ultrasound and I saw it's a boy. I had a straight tantrum in my head, right? And God checked me so hard, man. He checked me. And I kind of relinquished that. I asked for forgiveness and just realized like the gift. And so he checked my heart on that. I repented. Come baby number 4. I was like, I want to know. I just wanted the excitement of just like, okay, I'll find out from birth. And I'm a soldier. So I can wait these 9 months.
Was it easy?
It was easy. To me. From your perspective, did it seem like it was easy? You wanted to know.
Yeah, I knew. I was the only person who knew.
You know, but you wanted to know.
I wanted to know, and I knew that baby number 4 was a girl.
You found out.
Yeah.
That baby was.
I wanted to know. So they told me, and I did share it with like one other person, but it was a stranger.
Oh, you never told me that.
Mm-hmm. I shared it with a guy, but it was a stranger. I don't even know where he is. I don't remember his name.
Oh, that's interesting. Because our family was trying to get it out you. Mm-hmm. They were trying their best to figure out.
I ain't try that hard.
No?
No, they ain't talk to me every day. They ain't call me up and kept trying to figure things out. Mm-mm. But
they wanted.
I did tell a guy. I think it was at like the basketball court one time.
How was your reaction? Like, because I was sitting there, and so when they went down to do the ultrasound to see the sex, they was like, Mom, turn your head. And I remember turning my head, and I can hear the room. I can hear the joy in the room almost. Because I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
I think it was just you.
But I can just hear.
I think it was just you.
But what was your thought?
The reason why I think it was just you because I planned for a week on how I'm going to respond.
Yeah.
For whatever it is. And I practiced.
Well,
I went in my acting bag and prepared that when they show me this, I am going to have no response.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't even smile?
I don't remember smiling. I probably like when they showed it to whoever showed it to me. So I'm just like,
okay.
Because I know when I find this out, I'm going to have to act for the next how many months? 5, 6 months later. I knew I was going to have to put on a face of stoic, unknowing, holding in joy, holding in things that I know that if you knew, you would have you would have had so much fun like planning. And I know that because you chose not to know, that you couldn't have these, oh, I'm going to do this for her, and I'm going to plan this for her, and I'm going to do this for her, and I got this, it's so cute for her, and like, you couldn't have that. And I couldn't share that with you to have that.
Yeah. I didn't want to know. But you know what's so funny? Because I felt like God was just showing me at different points that it was going to be a girl. This is just me. But I felt like at different points, I would kind of feel like... Okay,
in retrospect.
For sure.
At the moment, it's like, you don't know because you didn't know.
And I didn't want to. I didn't care to know. And then I had 2 girlfriends at the time. We were pregnant all at the same time. Gave birth literally days to weeks apart. And they were having girls. So it was like 2 girls and a mystery baby. And so it was cool. It was a cool idea to say, okay, we're all going to have girls. They're all going to grow up together. They're going to be besties kind of thing. But I didn't know 100% that it was a girl. I just kind of, like I said, felt like it could be a girl. But we get to the birth. Mm-hmm. Another midwife. Different midwife.
Different this time.
From the first.
From baby number 2 and baby number 3.
Right. Mm-hmm. We had the same midwife for baby number 2, baby number 3. So we have a different midwife this time.
Mm-hmm. And we see the signs, and it seems like it's about that time. Yeah. So we call her to come.
Yeah. I get back in the tub because I knew
you did?
I was in the tub. I remember. Because I remember you being on the phone with her, and when I'm getting ready, when I'm in active labor or like getting close to active labor, my laboring moans, I guess you would say, dropping, and it's only to help through the process. So I remember being in the tub, not like number 2, but just being in the tub, getting ready, getting excited, like, okay, baby's gonna come. And I'm recalling her, and I think she said like she's an hour away or something like that. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But she said she would be there, and with our Florida traffic
At the time. Down in Miami, we can say that.
Yeah. She didn't make it.
No.
On time.
No. I had to be the mid-husband.
Mid-husband?
The male doula.
You were the everything in that moment.
You got it, babe. You got it.
You were the encourager.
I was
doula,
the cameraman.
The cameraman. We recorded our birth. This was the
first one we recorded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think we have pictures for number 3. I remember for number 3, the pool being in the living room. Yeah. I remember that. Mm-hmm. I don't even think we have pictures. No. That's how the red pot got messed up. They put so much water in it.
But back to 4, you were cameraman, you're a doula, mid-husband, everything. Mm-hmm. You went into action.
I had to.
Like, this baby's coming. We were like, okay, where all the stuff is. Okay, with home births, you usually have a bag prepared already. Mm-hmm. So we're like putting out, because I was like, hey, putting out the little things and stuff to put on the bed, and you asking for some water. I don't know what you were thinking with the hot water. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get the hot water. Don't know what that was for. But you got some water.
I was thinking something that, because I don't think we turned off our air. I don't know if the air conditioner was off. So I was concerned that when the baby got here, if the baby was cold, to sit the baby in a warm, because if it's hot, by the time the baby comes, it won't be hot by the time the baby sits in it. But yeah, I was like,
it's funny. That's always been
just in case, like, I don't know. What if your feet were cold? I don't know.
I'm just thinking like maybe he heard somebody get some hot water last time. I don't know. But I was on the bed at the time. Same thing. You had the the laptop.
It was the camera.
Okay, one of it set up.
The camcorder.
And I was just doing what I naturally do.
And you were not on your back.
No. I'm usually on all fours.
Yeah.
That's my position. That's my birthing position. Everybody has different birthing positions, but usually mine is all fours.
Which is interesting with baby number 3, she said flip over. Because...
Maybe, that's why I was asking you, was maybe the baby umbilical cord was, I don't know. I don't know why she flipped me over. But it was definitely an emergency or needed at the time. She sounded like flip over.
But, our baby girl was crowning.
Yeah.
And I was like, it is time. Push. It was not like, what if? It was like all that dilated stuff out the window. I'm seeing a head start to come out. Push. You got it, babe. Push, babe, push.
Oh my goodness. Was that scary for you?
It was concerning. Because this is baby number 4 at the time. So it's not new to me. I've seen all of them come out. But to be just us 2, and I'm seeing the top of her head, like, coming out, I knew I had to, like, go into what they say on TV. Push, go, push.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, I'm not a midwife, so I don't know, like, if it's okay for the baby's head to be, like, right there and just chill. Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know, was that if I see the crown at this time, if you can push the rest out, push the rest out.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have been able to help if the arm was coming out first. I wouldn't have been able to help if anything was any type of certain way that I was not used to. All I knew is her face is like in the canal and push.
Past the canal.
And not past the canal. Yeah. So push. Like, nothing else mattered. You got the energy, time to push.
And looking back at it, oh my God, I thank God that nothing
bad
was happening. Like, she came out naturally, right position, no complications, and it wasn't a long birth either, because By the time the midwife, she was on her way. It wasn't like she wasn't on her way. It was just traffic. And by the time she got there, we had already had the baby. I
Mm-hmm.
was literally holding our baby. She came out and you're like, it's a girl, it's a girl.
You was sweating and
Crying
you
and
was crying and you was
praising God
happy.
and
Mm-hmm.
thanking God for her and the birth. And here comes the midwife coming in right after.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, wow, like, y'all did this. And good thing we had it recorded because then we wasn't looking at no time. So we had to go backwards and look at the camera to see what time she was actually born. So that was a good thing as far as time. But you did it, man.
Glory to God.
You sure enough caught that baby because if you weren't there, Lord. Yeah. But so she'll always have that experience with you. And if she ever get rowdy, like, don't you know your daddy caught you? If it wasn't for him, you would not be in this world.
So silly. No.
So,
God uses you as a champ. God gave you the womb.
yeah.
And so I'm grateful that everything worked out.
Me too.
And now we're back at where we started. Number 5. Which we're not going to tell again. If you want to hear it again, just rewind into the beginning. But now the Lord has decided to gift us with number 6. And the reason why I say the Lord has decided is because when people say, well, how many more you having? You got how many?
How many?
Are you having more?
Oh, this.
Oh, y'all done?
Look, the lady. I told you the lady. We just had our son's birthday party, and the reactions that we get. Oh my gosh! I mean, I'm not surprised by this point in the questions because we talked about questions already. But when I say 6, the look on people's faces like, what? Where are you from? 6 kids? That's just. And I said 6, and she automatically, are you having any more? That's kind of intrusive to me.
It is intrusive. I understand the curiosity because for many in society, children are hard. Children are a burden. Children are this. Like the way that the norm of society has trained many to say like it's an insurmountable undertaking to take on the role of being a parent, where there's so much you have to give up, right? And essentially all the joys you have right now, all the peace you have right now, you're sacrificing to bring a child into this world that may never respond back with love to you and give you all type of grief and hardship. And people look at other situations, but they don't look to God. That's the problem. They don't look to God. And the reason why I brought it up in this way is because like when people ask how many more, and the reason why I say God has gifted us with baby number 6 is because we never sat back and said, Lord, we're going to dictate to you what is going to happen in our life when it comes down to kids. We're going to tell you that we need to have this or we need to have that. We need to have this. And if you don't do it, we're going to be spoiled brats and not serve you. We never said that. Our response was always, Lord, the Lord will be done. We had baby number 2. How many more? The Lord will be done. Baby number 3. Wow, 3? Not having any more? Whatever God says, right? Baby number 4. Then they really ask him, you have any more? You have any more? Whatever God says. And surprise, number 5, which was a surprise. But whatever God says. And now where are we? At number 6. So this is the reason why I'm saying this, because if our sincere declaration through all of these years, these 11 years of marriage, going on 12 next year, if our sincere declaration is whatever God says, then every last one of them, including number 6, is a gift that God says a gift that God decided he wants to be brought into this world the way he did. So that means every last one of them has a very important, significant purpose to God. Because it wasn't like we're going to try to make this happen, or we're going to do this, or no, we said whatever God says. So if God has brought them into this world through us, then he has a very important plan and purpose for each and every last one of them. Right? So, they're a gift because it's a gift to be used by God as his instruments. It's a gift to be, and when I say as his instruments, not just in the birthing phase, but as parents, like the opportunity to raise them in the way that they should go, right? As the word says, and a gift and a blessing to be able to love, show them the love of God, share with them the love of God, give them what we didn't have in a lot of areas, right? So that they could flourish to fulfill the purpose that God has written about them from before they were in your womb. Right? And knitted, they're shaped, they're formed in your womb physically, but God knew them before they reached your womb. So like, it is a gift, it's a blessing. It's just distracting to see when you're raising them and they have attitudes and they may not always do what you say, all those other aspects of it. But going back to, I think I already mentioned this in one of the episodes, Jesus, the word says, for the joy set before the Lord, he endured. And I think, well, not that I think, I know, for those who complain about the hardships of having their child or having children, it's because you take your eyes off of the joy set before. Because our children are not an exception. They are the norm to the rule that God has a purpose for every last one that is born into this world.
I think God has a purpose for every soul that's born into the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just that, I guess sometimes we don't, like you said, we don't look to God as first, because not everybody looks to him, period. But I think if we keep our eyes, like you said, on this child has a purpose, this child has a plan, and also letting them know that, like, really grooming into them that you have a purpose, you have a plan in this world, and God placed you in the world for this particular time, whatever it may be, for you to fulfill the will that he has for your life. So, yeah.
I think a lot of times we also fall into the mistake of comparing, in a sense of, like, well, you all have 6, or we have 3, or we have 1, or like, it's not a competition. Like, it's not a comparison. It's not a comparison thing, because there's families who have 19. Like, it's not a race. It's not a comparison. It's what God has decided and what God has allowed by him bringing life into this world. Through you.
Allowed. Mm-hmm.
What God has allowed, because, like, I'm sorry, you distracted me. What God has allowed to happen to you and through you, for you, because he knows the plans that he has for you, even as a parent. So it's not a specific number or a specific race to a number or a comparison contest. It's what are you doing with what God has given you?
Yeah.
Are you being faithful over what God has given you in the season and where you're at, period.
Yeah.
And it includes your stewardship for parents, your stewardship and teaching and loving towards your children. It also includes your stewardship towards your finances and your stewardship towards, like, the spiritual things of God, your devotion towards God, your stewardship towards all these other aspects of life that God holds you accountable to because he placed it in your life. That's what I was going to say. Well, God allowed, because the children got allowed into our life, because only God can bring life into this world. Mm-hmm. Satan cannot bring life into this world. Mm-hmm. It's impossible. So every life in the womb is a life that God has decided, right? That he has a plan for. Wherever that plan ends, right? If he's placed life, we see where it started. It starts in the womb, right? But wherever it ends, that's up to him, and that's his saying. But he's the only one who brings it. Satan can't bring life into this world.
Right.
No matter how hard, Satan cannot bring life into this world. So no life is a mistake.
I agree.
So
no life is a mistake. And the reason I said aloud because there's some people who can't, who haven't experienced, who desire to have children, and unfortunately they haven't had any yet, or have complications, or whatever the case may be. And we sympathize with those families because we understand the joy of having our children. And though, like you said, at times it is hard, especially in the early years and grooming them and raising them up, we still find the joy in the blessing of them being here. And when I say aloud as well, it's because you talked about the comparison of, okay, well, you got 2 kids and you have 1 kid, or another family looking at one is like, why you only got 1? Another family looking at the other one, why you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Like that back and forth of, I'm better than you, or I'm not better than you, or whatever the comparison thoughts may be. But I say aloud because it's whatever God allows to be is what it is. You don't have to be someone else, or you don't have to look to somewhere else and say, well, this is what we're going to do. I think as a married couple, we have that freedom and the choice to say, okay, this is what we're going to do with our family, just as well as someone else have the freedom and choice to do whatever they're going to do with their family. And God allows it, right? His will, according to what he desires for you. And we talked about it before, is for us, we desire to go to God and say, what's your will for a lot of our life? So I think it's just important for each individual family to know where God wants them.
Yeah.
And not looking at everyone else, or looking at, oh, well, you're doing this and you're doing that, and oh, I can't do that. And no, what does God desire for your family? Okay. So whether it's giving birth to 1 or giving birth to 10, or adopting, or stepping in as adopted parent for a relative, or whatever it may be, however God desires your family to be, that's the way he desired. And that's what he allows it to be for your family. So.
Yeah. And God holds us accountable for the things that he places in our hands to handle. He doesn't say, oh, well, I gave you this, but I'm going to judge you based off of the person who I gave more.
Right.
Or I gave you this, but I'm going to judge you off of the person I gave less. Are you faithful for what he gave you? Right. What he allowed into your area, realm, dominion of influence, however you want to see it, however you want to call it. Right. So that's the beautiful thing about the personal relationship with God that he calls us all to have. Like, what are you doing with what I gave you? How are you displaying my glory with what I have placed under your care and in your hand? So it's awesome.
Yeah. So we're excited about baby number 6. And I have literally been counting down the days. So we are 22 days now.
Okay.
For him to come. So he can come anytime from now to 22 days. He can be here. And we're just excited to have our little boy. Our kids are super excited. They cannot wait. Like you feel like every day they're asking, every appointment for sure. They think we're going somewhere to get this baby out of me. Is the baby coming now? Is the baby coming out? When does the baby come? So yeah. So now we're just in that preparation stage, that waiting stage, anticipation stage. I think the whole family's just waiting to see
So Zara is 5. Would you want her to be in the room?
No,
No, I agree.
not yet.
I agree.
So there are families that do allow their kids in the room during birth, but I think it is up to definitely a family decision, and I definitely think for me it'd have to be maturity. And even though we have older kids, males, I wouldn't want them to be in the room just yet either.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever want our boys to be in the room?
No.
Just wait for their wife?
Yes. They can wait. They can ask me questions. They can wait.
It's like, bro, when your wife give birth, you be at that. In that room.
Yeah.
But for the girl, I would say girls. For our daughter, yeah, she'd have to be a lot more mature before I say, come on in. Let's see. I don't know. Would we let her watch her birth?
Yeah, at a certain age, yeah, of course. We have it.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our birthing journey. Birthing stories. Anything to add?
No. Nothing at all.
So yeah.
We thank you all for listening.
Thank you for listening. And
share the podcast with a friend.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, everything the social people say. Turn on notifications. Yeah. We love you.
Love you.